prices and lots of friendly personal attention. Good luck, Homer Center Wildcats. Mike's Riverside is big on you. You've made us the leader. We're big on you. Mike's Riverside, downtown Blairsville.
For bill consolidation or buying that used car, let our lending experts be your guiding star. Lending money is our business. Nothing's left to chance. We help you help things happen, and for most consumers,
if money worries are getting you down, I can help you make things happen. Call 465-5659.
Stands, it's overflow crowd. A lot of people like to stand. That's just their one. And we're all set for the kickoff on Stereo 1160 WCCS in Homer City. And the kickoff downfield, it's a wobbly one heading to the left. Big grab around the 25-yard line, running laterally. It's Jim Fox, and he's nailed, and he actually lost ground on the kickoff return. How about that? And let's see who was in there to make the tackle defensively. Joe Nizlani. So Fox, unused to taking a kickoff, ran laterally trying to get behind some blocks, and he's back at the 23-yard line. Interesting. Good job that time by the kickoff team. So Paul Emanuel, the veteran quarterback for the Bobcats, brings his team out in a power high set. Strong to the right. Emanuel under center from the 23, gives to a deep back, comes over the right side, gets a couple of tough yards, and it's John Silko carrying the football on near the 25-yard line. Scott Galinsky, one of the boys in on the stop for Homer Center. The gain is 2, and it's 2nd and 8. And immediately the plays coming in from the Bobcat bench in the person of Bill Lewis replacing Pat Emanuel in that line. Pat's still in there. Let's pick up who came out of there. But Paul Emanuel and Pat Emanuel, twin brothers, they go out of a double flanker. John Dunlap is to the right. Out of the I set with Emanuel. Paul Emanuel, the quarterback, back looking left. Fires, man there. Caught the open field at the 30, 35, 40. Hilliard chasing the receiver. Brian Romasco out of bounds, but a quick out pattern from Emanuel to Dunlap. Executed to perfection for the first down of the ballgame, bringing it up to the 45-yard line at the 20-yard game. That time the right corner, Keith Hilliard, just gave Romasco far too much room, and he had about 8 yards to spare. And Paul Emanuel can throw the football. The Wildcats know it, but you can't give him that much room. Exactly, and Romasco not only can catch the ball, he knows how to run with it too. Silko dots that I. They give it to Silko, right side, has a bit of a hole, gets out near the 48-yard line from the original line of scrimmage near the 44, and so it's a pickup of about 4, 2nd and a long 6. Greg Ondo calls the defensive signals for the Homer Center Wildcats. Ball midway between the sideline stripes. Into the backfield. Dave Cavanaugh, who is swatted to the right. Now the backs are split. Only one setback now, as going left, John Dunlap. So it's 3 wide receivers. Cavanaugh comes in motion across the play flow, and then is very much in motion. A flag will be thrown against Cavanaugh. He started upfield. It'll be a 5-yard walk-off against the Bobcats and bring up the 2nd down and 11. Cavanaugh got a little too anxious and headed upfield. That pass play, incidentally, went for 20 yards. And you can tell that Paul Emanuel can throw the football. And I mentioned, Ray, that he is a prospect to watch in Street and Smith's annual college football magazine. And with his size and his throwing arm, 6'2", 220 pounds, you can see why. Jim Fox is in. Dave Cavanaugh, who committed that illegal procedure, is out on Abby Dutori's bench. And Sean Bentz replaces Bill Lewis in the line. Those are the guards who shuttle in with the plays from the Bobcat bench. It is Pat Emanuel out over the football. Brian Romasco, an excellent receiver, is flanked to the right. In the slot, John Dunlap. Out of the I set, 2nd and 11 from the 43. Dunlap in motion across the play flow. A quick pitch to Silko, trying to turn the left corner. Fouts misses him. He gets across the 45, run out of bounds near the 50-yard line. Fouts did slow him up, and he was chased out as coming up from the secondary to help out. Rako over there along with Hilliard to make the tackle right about at midfield. So it's 3rd and 4.5 to go for the first down. Jared Malacker into that Wildcat defense, replacing Dan McInerney. Big play for the Wildcat defense here. make a couple of changes. The ball in midfield. It is scoreless with 9:30 on the first quarter clock. That time the coverage much better by Rico and Ondo. The punter for the Blairsville Bobcats is John Dunlap, and standing deep will be Keith Hilliard. The line of scrimmage is the 50. Only stands 10 yards back. Gets good protection to kick a high, short one. And it's going to bounce. There'll be no return as it rolls across the 25-yard line that vicinity and down right around the 20-yard line, where with 9:16 to go in the first quarter, Homer Center will put it in play, their first possession at their own 20-yard line. No score in this ball game between these two rivals, Homer Center and Blairsville. 30-yard effort for John Dunlap. Last week, of course, you weren't with us, Ray, but Wildcats nothing fancy, especially in that very sloppy conditions at Purchase Line. They just rammed it right down the Red Dragon's throat. Eddie Kachuk, the junior quarterback, has split backs, and he sends Novak in motion. Siani and Smith, the split backs, to give it to Siani. Left side has a bit of a hole, gets across the 20 out to the 23-yard line for about 3.5 yards on the play before he is gang tackled on the play. Over to make initial contact for the Bobcats, Jim Lucas. Gain is 3, second and 7. Keith Hilliard brings the play in from the Homer Center bench. Homer Center 3-2 on the season. Blairsville 4-1. And Novak is out of there. Back out the center. Leads the team out of the huddle. Hilliard is flanked to the right. The split backs are Smith and Siani. Kowchuk, the junior quarterback, with open field to the right. Takes a snap. Gives to Smith. Smith to his right goes nowhere. In fact, he lost a yard or two. Has great defensive penetration by the Bobcats. Initial contact in there made by Jim Racchini and Don Peterson. LaLosse is back. Let's see where we're going to mark it. At the 20, it's a loss of 3, 3rd and 10. Peterson's a big one on that left tackle in Bobcat defense. 6'2", 280. Looking at him through the glasses, and yes, he looks every bit that big. Passing situation facing Homer Center, that their own 20, shifting defense by the Bobcats, indicating perhaps a blitz. Novak goes in motion. Kowchuk gives off instead, and Smith comes over the middle, gets about 5 on a delay, but it'll be far short of a first down, and Homer Center makes a half dozen changes with their punting unit in. So interesting offensive alignment. Rick Fouts, who you had been going out of that wishbone, they're going with split backs. They've keyed the wishbone at least early on here. They've used it primarily in their first. Did they use it much last week, Mark? No, as a matter of fact, they played very tight, and maybe I thought maybe because of the wet conditions, that's what Rick Fouts indicated on the postgame show. Fouts will punt. Novak, the low blocker in front. Pass from center is a good one. The kick is away. Duffy back to receive. The ball bounces, and they let it go and rolls inside the 40. Chased down by Hilliard and down at the 37-yard line, where Blairsville put in play. We'll be back after this 30-second message.
Now, what you want is quality construction work, and that's what you get when you deal with B&B Laser Construction. Quality remodeling, room additions, patios, porches. Hey, they even take care of the plumbing, heating, and electrical. They build complete new homes or apartments. So, if you're even thinking about remodeling or building and you want it done right, call B&B Laser Construction. Top quality work. Call 479-9201. Did you get that? 479-9201. B&B Laser Construction, Homer City. Call them.
Blairsville goes out of the shotgun, and it is Emmanuel going to roll left. Turns the corner at the 35 across the 40, and is knocked out of bounds near the 42-yard line. Rick Fouts over there to help out on the play. At the, let's see where they spotted. Original line of scrimmage, we're going to call that the 37. It's out to the 42-yard line, a 5-yard pickup. Second and 5. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, scoreless on Stereo 1160 WCCS in Homer City. Interesting going out of the shotgun. Now Emmanuel up under center. Silko dots the I. They go out of the I set with flankers both ways. Ramatsko right. They give it to Silko. Over the middle he goes. Squirts across the 45. Then it's hammered down to the 46-yard line. He's short of a first down. Just when it looked like he was going to make a move for a bigger gain. Silko 4 carries for 14 yards thus far. He's a junior. 5'9", 152-pound fullback. Ball at the 45 and a half. 3rd and 2 for the Bobcats. move the football. Ramasco is the flanker to the right. In the slot, it is Dunlap. Wide out to the left. And out of the shotgun, it is Emmanuel standing 5 yards back. Takes the pass from Series back to pass. Three-man pattern. Has a lot of time. Now rolls to his right. Fires down the field deep. Ramasco wide open. Has it at the 15. And down inside the 10-yard line. Ramasco somehow eluded the double coverage in that secondary. Rako and Warholic finally make the tackle. But a well-thrown aerial by the quarterback, Emmanuel, going out of the shotgun. And it carries down for a big gain and a first down. Let's see where they spun it at the 8-yard line. A 42-yard pickup. Well, he had all kind of time to throw the ball. Was finally rushed out of the pocket. Rolled to his right. And fired downfield. Silko dots the eye out of the power eye set from the 8-yard line. Blairsville with the football. It is scoreless, but they're threatening after that 42-yard gainer. They give it to the right and nail it right near the line of scrimmage on a counter Dunlap. It's hit behind the line. Good penetration defensively by Homer Center's Delmont Patterson. And there is no gain. He may have lost a yard. Try to pick out that yard line marker for you down there to the right. We'll call it still the 8-yard line. May have lost a half yard, but second and goal from the 8. 3 minutes and ticking in the first quarter. It is scoreless, but Blairsville threatening. Ramasco to the left. Dunlap in the slot. Look for Emmanuel to pass perhaps in this situation. Silko's the deep back. Sleesman is the up back out of the I set. Open field is to the left. A quick pitch to Silko. Trying to turn the left side. He is hit and knocked down right near the line of scrimmage. Good lateral pursuit by Homer Center as Hilliard is
coming this Monday and Monday only.
It's on the board. It's a 1st and 10. The Wildcats have it right in the middle of the football field at the 30-yard line. Konchuk, the quarterback. The backs are split. Give over the right side to Tom Smith, and he finds some yardage on his own, just a couple, up to about the 33-yard line. He may have picked up 3. Brian Ramasco in on the tackle for the Blairsville Bobcats, helped out by Jim Ricchini. Gain of a couple. 2nd down and about 8 yards. Ball in the right hash, strong side exactly what the United Lions did last Saturday afternoon. They went right at that Bobcat defense, and they picked up a lot of yardage, about 450 yards for it. That was a little delay over the right side, and it worked beautifully for 8 yards. Fred Judich split to the right. Kalchik with the keeper looking for running room, and he's going to be struck down by John Dunlap right about the line of scrimmage. He may pick up a yard. So surprising call there by Rick Faust. 7:25 to go in the second quarter. No score. A rapidly paced first half. I think what Rick Faust is trying to do, he'll run some delays and then some quick hitters. He's just trying to mix it up a lot in his running game. The field in excellent condition here at Memorial Field. The Wildcats haven't been here for 3 weeks, and that's when we've had all of the rain on Friday night. Novak in motion right to left. Give over the left side to Tom Smith. He has 4 or 5 down to about the 25-yard line. He'll be about 5 shy of a first down. And on the tackle for the Blairsville Bobcats was Jim Ricchini again. But it'll bring up a third down and 5 as Eddie Kalchik looks over at his bench for a play. Scoreless with 6:40 and ticking in the second stanza as you enjoy the action on Stereo 1160, WCCS in Homer City. Blairsville and Homer Center, the Wildcats dominating second quarter action on a drive, looking for a score. Again, tight formation, third down and 5. Kalchik with the pitch to Sayani. He has a couple down to about the 28-yard line. Mike tried breaking the tackle of Don Peterson. Couldn't quite do it. Jim Fox also in there. But it's going to bring up a big play here. Fourth down and 3. Fox and McClure trying to lay some blocks, but there were too many white-shirted Bobcats out there. There's a timeout on the field right now. The Wildcats have called time. Exactly 6 minutes to go to the right hash. Kalchik marks signal and gives on that delay, and slipping down is Tom Smith. The Bobcat defense holds, and Smith just lost his footing right at the line of scrimmage. Well, he lost his footing, but he was going nowhere anyhow. John Dunlap and Jim Fox were on him like right now. So the Bobcats hold off the Wildcat threat. 5:40 to go. Second quarter clock running. The ball is at the 24-yard line, and for the first time really in the ball game, the Bobcats without excellent field position, although the 24 is not all that bad. Split to the left, it's Ramasco. That's a good point, Mark. It puts Blairsville somewhat in a hole, and Homer Center will look for the turnover here. Split to the right, John Dunlap, to the left, Ramasco. Emmanuel, the big quarterback, gives right up the middle to Silko. Breaks one tackle, breaks the second. He has about 5, up to the 25, up to the 30, pardon me, in on the tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats. Dave Spondike. And Tracy Williams is in the ball game for the first time. He lined up a tailback that time. The injured Bobcat speed demon who didn't see action against United last week, and he's just, we'll have to see how he goes, and I'm sure Abdi Torrey will give him a test here soon. He comes in with about 460 yards in 4 ball games. Split to the right, Ramasco, to the left, John Dunlap. Williams in that backfield, and they give him the ball right up the middle. He's hit hard, flag on the play. We'll see what that call is, but Williams was really popped. He had a greeting committee that time, and they were not too friendly. They just picked him up and deposited him down, and it was Ramsell who got him. Just bear hugged him down. Mike Ramsell. Let's wait for the call, though, on this penalty. Maybe he grabbed the face mask in the process. Nope. Holding. The snap is a good one. The kick is up, and it's good. With 3:55 to go in the first half, Blairsville, thanks to...
We're large enough to serve you, but small enough to give first federal scene.
7-0. Deep for the Wildcats. Jerry Rako, he stands at his own 3-yard line. And we're awaiting the whistle. And now we have it. Ferreira with an excellent kick. He'll drive Rako back to his own goal line. He's up to the 5, 10, 15, breaks to his right. And he is hit right at about the 25-yard line by Joe Duffy and a host of Bobcat tacklers. And that's where the Homer Center Wildcats will take over at their own 26 market. First down and 10 for the Homer Center Wildcats. And we'll see if that 80-yard run by Emmanuel has the Wildcat offense shaken as well. Give over the right side to Tom Smith. He has a couple, and he is fair huck to the ground. On the tackle was Bill Lewis. Helped out by Brian Ramasco. Gain of about 1 for Tom Smith. And Ray, I think they're going to have to open it up a little bit here. Well, they're going to have to do something. Certainly that big run by the quarterback Emmanuel putting Blairsville on the board has just changed the momentum of this game right in a hurry. Novak checks out of the Wildcat offense. Jerry Rako split to the right. The ball at the right hash. Backs are split. Sayani and Smith. See what Kopchak does here. Rolls to his right, looking downfield and fires in out of the hands and out of bounds as well. Jerry Rako could hang on, but even if he catches it, I think he's out of bounds. Would have been good for first down yardage. Pat Meehan in on the defensive coverage. Third down and 9 for the Wildcats. Now 2:44 to go. The clock stopped. Second quarter action. Blairsville leads at 7-0. Right now the Bobcats call a timeout, so we'll be back right after.
Turn at Bing's Tavern in Homer City.
Third down and 9 for the Wildcats as we come back. Kopchak rolls to his left. He's hit, fires, and almost intercepted by John Dunlap. And then he got popped as he threw the ball, and he was hit hard by Sean Bench was in there putting the pressure on him, Mark. And you're right, he was being hit, and he released the ball, and because he was being hit, the pass was underthrown. So punt formation now. The Bobcats have 2:39 to go in the second quarter. What I'm trying to say is they have some clock to work with and try to extend their 7-0 lead. Brian Ramasco awaiting the punt from Rick Faust. Ramasco stands at his own 45-yard line. Snaps a bit high, but handled, and Faust gets away. A pretty good kick. Drives Ramasco back to his 35, fumbles the football, and he dives on it back at his own 24. Down there in a hurry for the Wildcats, Jerry Rako, but he couldn't beat Ramasco to the ball. So credit Faust with a tremendous boot. 50 yards. Well, Ramasco showed his veteran ability there. He could have tried to pick that ball up. It could have been disastrous for the Bobcats. He just slid it and covered it wisely. Clock running, 2:25 to go in the first half. 7-0 Blairsville thanks to an 80-yard run by quarterback Paul Emmanuel. Split to the left. It's Ramasco in the slot. John Dunlap. Tracy Williams in that backfield again. He dots the I. Silko the fullback. In motion, John Dunlap. Emmanuel pitches to Williams. He'll try the right side of the defense, and he doesn't go far. He loses about 5. Hondo in on the tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats, and I thought for a moment Tracy was going to get around the corner, and he did not. Well, the reason he did is because he's limping when he runs. He's not the Tracy Williams that everyone knows who watches Blairsville football. He definitely is not at top speed. A loss of 3, actually. Second down and 13, and Tracy drops out of the game. And Rick Dunlap back in there for the Bobcats. Split to the left now, John Dunlap. Bobcats with the ball at their own 20. 30-yard line, and that time the big quarterback misfired. He's now 2 for 4 passing for 62 yards. Their best play, and he goes back and then runs. And breaks tackle. Yes, it runs 80 yards for touchdown. Last week, Julio Pereira converted on a point after touchdown, as did Bosco Fernandez for United. First time ever in Indiana County football, the two exchange students have kicked extra points in the same game. Backs are split. Ramasco to the left. Emmanuel back to pass. Deep drop. Looks downfield. Lays it up there for Ramasco. He has him in and out of his hands at the 50-yard line, though. Rico on the coverage, but boy, Emmanuel just laid that up there beautifully for Ramasco. He did. It was Hilliard over there, and Hilliard slipped just a bit, and it was enough to give Ramasco the sideline that went in and out of his hands. Well thrown, though. Oh, excellent. Fourth down. The clock stopped. A minute 7 to go. Maybe the Wildcats can put some pressure on the punter. How about just block the punt, recover the end zone, and tie it up? Hilliard back with Warholic. They stand. Here they come. At their own 40. Fox doesn't get there in time, though. Warholic takes it at midfield. He's up to the 45 and down near the 40-yard line of the Blairsville Bobcats. We're inside a minute. 55 seconds. The clock should be stopped, and now it finally is. 7-0. Blairsville leads it. My halftime guest will be John Miller, the president of the Homer City Area Boosters Association. He's our McGregor good guy of the evening, so John Miller will be joining me at halftime. Well, they have it at the 40-yard line with 55 seconds of clock and a couple of timeouts. Let's see if Kowchuk can put it up or get it loosened up and try to get the equalizer. 7-0. Blairsville leads it on a Paul Emanuel 80-yard run. Split to the right. It's Rico. Kowchuk drops back to pass. Good pressure. Looks downfield and has fouled. Down near the 32-yard line. Breaks the tackle at the 30. Down to the 25 and down to about the 22-yard line. As the Blairsville defense couldn't bring down that big horse. Boy, that's for sure. Ramasco had him. Looked like he had him stopped. But Fouts is a big horse, and he spun loose and got some valuable extra yardage. Right now, the Wildcats have called for a timeout. We'll step on as well. 32 seconds to go. The first half, Blairsville leads it 7-0. We'll be right back.
Now you have a choice for Indiana County Prothonotary, and Linda Mistretta is asking for your vote. Linda Mistretta is currently serving her second term as president of the Homer Center School Board. She's the alternate representative to the County Tech School Board, and her professional background includes being the office manager for 2 major metropolitan radio stations. Linda Mistretta is endorsed by the United Mine Workers of America and the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal.
Backs are split. Kowchuk, the junior quarterback, rolls back to pass, looks downfield, fires for Rico. Pushing, and he overthrows him on the coverage. Duffy for the Blairsville Bobcats. There was some shoving going on down there, but apparently in the determination of the back judge that both boys were going for the ball, but there was definitely contact between the receiver and the defender. Kowchuk now 2 of 5. 26 ticks to go now, as 6 seconds ran off. Hilliard and Fouts back into the ball game. Maybe you'll see a screen here to Fouts with both of them going in. Let's see what the Homer Center coaching staff calls here. Yeah, get it to Fouts and let him roll over some people like he did. He's a big kid. 6 foot, 209-pound senior. Split to the left, Keith Hilliard. Obviously, passing situation. Kowchuk, big blitz, fired. It is though. Fouts has it. 20. Right down to the 15. Inside the 15-yard line. And near first down yardage. 15 seconds. The Wildcats are going to have to hurry. 12, 11, 10 seconds to go. Kowchuk trying to get his offense organized. Third down at the 15. Kowchuk fires through the hands of Keith Hilliard. We're down to 3 seconds. Well, he threw that away. I mean, he wasn't throwing anywhere, but to get the clock stopped.
money. Others waste energy.
The Club Savoy Sons of Italy of Homer City would like to announce that lodge memberships are now available. The Club Savoy is happy to be a sponsor of Homer Center Wildcat football again in 1987.
He does that. And it'll be up to Homer Center to see if they can come from behind. They trail 7-0 in this ball game. Rayco flanked by Smith and Ciani with Novak the up back. And we await the official's whistle, which we get. And Freer's kickoff sailing downfield. And it's going to be taken and bobbled around by Ciani. Can't pick it up. Then fallen on by Novak. They couldn't pick it up, so Novak fell on it inside the 20 around the 17-yard line. Al Smith is the referee. Bruce Amschel, the umpire. Ken Glowacki, the headlines. And Paul Day, the line judge. And Jim Taylor, the back judge. Ball started at the 18 Homer Center yard line. Not a good start for the Wildcats here.
Now, Ciani had some running room. He was going to take that kickoff and go left and fumbled it and then tried running with it before he picked it up off the turf. And the Wildcats in a hole early in the third quarter.
Scott Kelly is in as they split into the right side. Fouts is lining up as a tackle. And Kalchuk is speared for a loss as he tried to roll and in on him very quickly. It was Sean Vince with the tackle. And he lost yardage inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 5-yard loss. Second down and 15 to go.
Bench came from that linebacker slot. He's a junior, 5'9", 152, and Kalchuk did have time to set up. I'm not sure what he was going to do.
Two changes as Terry Sanders and Keith Hilliard are in. And Novak coming out of there, or rather Ciani out. So Rick Fouts is playing offensive right end right now. And the give is over the middle. Smith carrying for a couple of tough yards right up the gut. Tom Smith gets a couple back up to about the 16-yard line. It's third down and 13 to go at the 15 and a half. Hilliard out. Plays coming from Coach Rick Fouts. Jerry Rayco in. 10:25 and ticking third quarter. It is 7-0 Blairsville thanks to an 80-yard run by Paul Emanuel, the fine quarterback of the Bobcats. And Homer Center not starting well here in the third stanza. They have third and 13. Eddie Kalchuk, the quarterback, with split backs. Passing situation. Will he put it up? He rolls back. He's being chased near the goal line. Fires it on the run. Incomplete along the sideline. He had a lot of pressure, and he threw it sidewinder out for Rayco. Very nearly completed, but it was out of bounds. Incomplete and punt formation for Homer Center. That is not how you want to start out. They fumbled the kickoff, had a cover at the 18, and they lost 3 yards in 3 plays.
Yeah, you give your quarterback zero protection. This could be a long second half for the Wildcats if they don't wake up.
Ramasco back to receive along with Duffy. Fouts will kick. Patcher said it's a good one from Young. His kick is away. It's headed toward Duffy. Takes it at the 49, across the 45, 40, puts it back up to 35, 30, and finally is knocked down at the far sideline. Luke Novak in on the stop, or maybe he goes all the way. But Duffy slipped a couple of tackles, and he took the punt at the 44 and ran it back to the 26-yard line, an 18-yard return. Or let's see where they're going to start, the 27. So give them 17 on the return.
Yeah, so the net yardage only 13 for the Homer Center Wildcats, and they're in some trouble.
Blairsville leading 7-0 and looking for more and in excellent field position. Silko is the tailback. Tracy Williams played a couple of plays in the first half, but limped noticeably. Out of the eye set, Emmanuel takes a snap, gives to Silko left side, small hole, but gets some yardage. Tripping him up the other line of scrimmage with Spondike, but he slithered through and got across the 25 down near the 22-yard line. He got 5. So second and 5. Greg Ondo calls defensive signals for the Wildcats.
Of course, the Wildcat offense now wanting to put a lot of points on the board, and if you fall behind 14-0, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Lewis is out, bends in with a play from Abby DeTore, first-year head coach of Blairsville, who comes in 4-1, Homer Center 3-2. the 10-yard line at the 8.
18-yard pickup on that screen play and a first down for the Bobcats, as you mentioned, Ray.
Pat Emmanuel, the center, his twin brother Paul Emmanuel under center. I would say they know each other pretty well. Backs, flankers both ways. Let's see what Paul Emmanuel does. First and goal at the 8. Takes a step, gives to the left, and coming through a dare gets a couple of tough yards before he is stood up and hammered down. Novak in on the initial contact for the Wildcats. The ball is spotted at the 6.
Of course, Blairsville in field goal range now with Julio Ferreira.
Easily. But they were in there before when they got sacked and got him out of field goal range. Ferreira missing a 34-yarder. They come out with Ramasco left and Dunlap right. Split backs, Adair and Silko. Emmanuel, the quarterback, from the 6-yard line. Takes a step, keeps it. Over the middle to 5. Got inside the end zone for the touchdown. Emmanuel, his second score, he just stepped right through there. 6 yards for the score, and with 6:47 to go in the third quarter, Blairsville now leads it by 13-0.
Wow, he just walked right in, didn't he, Mark? Yeah, I think there's no doubt he caught the Wildcat defense off guard, and they obviously were not looking for that, and I could have walked in there myself.
He did a little more majestically, I'm sure, than you would have. He looked like he knew what he was doing.
That's true.
Ferreira for the extra point attempt. It's down, and the kick is high in the air, and it is through the uprights.
For more than 100 years, R&P Coal Company has been a part of our community, providing jobs to over 3,600.
Emmanuel has been on the show for Blairsville. An 80-yard run, a 6-yard run, 2 Julio Ferreira points after. Field position very important that time. 27-yard drive. And now Ferreira with a kickoff, high end over end. Reko looking for the lights, takes it at his 6-yard line across the 10. Has some running room, 15, 20, running hard, 25. On its feet at the 30, gets loose at the 35, outside to the 40, and then finally Dunlap has him and knocks him out of bounds. Maybe the best play of the Wildcats to pull off all night. A great run back by Jerry Reko.
Yeah, that gives the Wildcat fans something to cheer about finally, and Reko broke a few tackles. A great second and third effort by the senior, and the Wildcats have it at the 41-yard line. 6:35 to go in the third quarter, and they're going to have to take this one into the end zone if they want to get back in this ball game.
Homer Center comes in 3-2, needing a win. They're 2-0 in the Appalachian Conference, but Blairsville has dominated play, and now the scoreboard. Novak is wing back to the right. Split backs, Kauchuk, the quarterback, and he gives off to Sayani for virtually no gain, maybe a yard. Trying to come through the middle, but the Blairsville defense was right there, nowhere to go. Dunlap making initial contact. He had help on the play from his teammates. The gain is 1. Now they're going to move it back right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Second and 10.
You know, years ago, when Ernie Whitmore and Ron Coleman used to go at it, one team would win one year, the other the next. But lately, the Blairsville Bobcats have had Homer Center's number for the past 5 or 6 years anyway.
Novak and Sayani out there. Santos and Hilliard in. Rick Bounce is playing the offensive right end right now, the tight end right. Kauchuk is back to pass. Dunlop giving him pressure over the middle. In behind the intended receiver and incomplete. Smith was open over the middle. The pass was behind him. Smith tried to put on the brakes and make a juggling catch. If Kauchuk leads him, Smith has a big gainer off the gut.
Although Jim Fox was there, maybe in position to make the tackle. He came in late, Ray, and there's no doubt it would have gone for a gain of 8 or 9 anyway.
Reko in, Hilliard out. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. 14-0. Blairsville leads. Homer Center. Reko is flank right. Double tight end set. Split backs. Kauchuk, the junior quarterback from the 41. Back to pass. Gets pressure. Running. Fires over the middle. Man wide up, but underthrows his intended receiver Smith. But good pressure put on by the Bobcats, Doug Pickard and Sean Bench. And Kauchuk going off the back foot, unable to get any steam on it. Smith put on the brakes, but he fell down as he tried to come back to the ball, and it was underthrown. It's 4th down and 10.
Yeah, Pickard just came through, fought off a couple of blocks, and number 60 and 61, Pickard admits they were right in Kauchuk's face. Fonsel Honey stands at his own 28.
Ramasco and Duffy, the twin receivers for the Bobcats. Good protection. The kick is a low one, end over end. It's going to bounce, and Ramasco is going to let it roll. Good coverage by Hilliard, prevented a run back, and it is down at the 27-yard line where the Bobcats will put it on play, leading 14-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. across the 35 to about the 37-yard line.
Well, another good hole opened up over the left side of that offensive line, and the Wildcats definitely appear to be big-time flat right now.
Yeah, that's true. Bounces out of there. Homer Center goes with 3 down linemen and 4 backers. Luke Novak is kind of their monster back. Goes to the far side of the field. It's 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. And Emmanuel's back to throw. Fires over the middle, man there, but in and out of his hands, a bit high. And the hit made in that secondary very nicely by Jerry Rakon, the intended receiver, Brian Ramasco. But the pass is bit out of the grasp. There's a flag down on the play. Homer Center has not committed a penalty, if I'm right. Blairsville has 4 of them for 25 yards. And this one will be against the Bobcats at the 3:40 mark, holding the call, so the walk-off will occur. And with Blairsville leading 14-0, we'll be back in 30 seconds.
For bill consolidation or buying that used car, let our lending experts be your guiding star. Lending money is our business. Nothing's left to chance. We help you help things happen at Foremost Consumer Discount.
You need money. I can help you make things happen. Call 465-5659. Bill Tremartin.
At Foremost Consumer Discount.
Walk-on takes it back to the 25. First and a long way to go. Dunlap in motion. They have trips to the right now with the motion man. But the give is Silko. He's nailed immediately. Ransel has him. And they have lost a yard or 2 on the play. Good defensive penetration there by Homer Center's Mike Ransel. Loss of a couple.
I think the Wildcat defense is going to have to force a turnover here. They need some kind of big play to get them back in this ball game, even emotionally, because emotionally they're not in the game right now.
That was a neat play there. Dan McAnally's in at a linebacker right. Inside linebacker to the right. Joe Nazzati. It's 2nd down and long. Shotgun. 22 yards to go out of the shotgun. Lucas is the motion man. Emmanuel's just going to run to the right. He eludes Patterson. He turns it up. On goes after him and spins him out of bounds. Or near out of bounds. Across the 30-yard line. That's vicinity.
He is a horse, though, isn't he? Once he gets motoring, 6'2", 220 pounder.
Wildcat down at the far sideline. And right now there's a timeout on the field with 2:29 to go in the 3rd quarter, 14-0. Blairsville leads Homer Center. We'll be back after this.
Where's Scramble and Renda? Go out of the shotgun, Ray.
Rako is injured. It appears to be all right as he ran off under his own power, perhaps just had the wind knocked out. Big play for both ball clubs. Out of the shotgun. Motion man is Dunlop very slowly. Play slow developing, but Manuel now in trouble. Steps up, fires down the field. Contact. They're not going to call a flag. They do. That ball was completely uncatchable. And a flag will be called against Hilliard. He bumped into Dunlap. Both officials through their flags are going to call interference, I think, against Homer Center. They're going to call it the other way. They're going to call it against Blairsville. Well, you know what the professional rule is on that, Mark? If the ball is uncatchable, you don't call anything, and that ball was 20 yards over everybody's head.
Abditorian beside himself on the far sideline, but that's the correct call if any call were to be made.
Yeah, but you got to let that go. They inadvertently hit into each other. I can recall one down in the end zone where it was contact. The ball was leaning closer.
Well, what I'm saying, though, if they were going to call anything, I agree that nothing should have been called. They called it the right way.
Yeah. Initially, I thought they might have called it against Homer Center, so the Wildcats remain clean as far as the penalty situation, but they're still down 14-0 on the scoreboard.
That'll be a loss of down.
Yes, it will, so that's why they take the penalty. It's a 5-yard walk-off and a loss of down to the 25-yard line. So 4th down punt formation. Or was it that's a 10-yard walk-off, isn't it? Yeah.
That's fine.
You're right. 5 and a loss of down on that. So it's 2:21 to go, 3rd quarter. that he's getting homered here a bit, but this will be a personal foul walk-off, and Blairsville wants a timeout to regroup. They lead at 14-0, but some flags here, and a couple of good plays by Homer Center has gotten them maybe on a scoring drive. 1:19 to go, third quarter, 14-0 Blairsville. We'll be back after this.
Go with the winner every Monday at Luther Ford in Homer City. Unbelievable touchdown bargains with Luther Ford's Monday Night Football Special. Coming this Monday and Monday only, an unbeatable price on the Ford Tempo. Only $79.95. That's right, only $79.95 on the Ford Tempo. Colors and equipment vary. There are only a few available. The Ford Tempo, the Monday Night Football Special at Indiana County.
Drive start at the Homer Center 21. We have a minute 19 to go, third quarter. Blairsville leads it. McGivens over the middle and running the football, and it's Terry Sandus who's in there inside the 35 down to about the 32-yard line. A quick hitter defensively. Ramasco in on the stop. Now Marquez progress at the 32. It's a 4-yard pickup, second and 6.
Ray, we're down to a minute. The Wildcats trail at 14-0, and now when you got to get that offense maybe hurrying up a little bit. The Wildcats are just taking much time in between plays. You're down 14, and they just need to speed things up and do it in a hurry.
Novak and Sayani come in, and the reason they didn't get speeded up is because Rick Fox was taking a lot of time instructing him on the sideline. Maybe he thinks patience is more important here. We'll see.
We're playing 4 quarters, not 5.
Motion man is Novak. Handoff goes to Smith. He bolts over the right side. It looks like he has a first down inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line. Good run by, was it Smith County or? Yeah, it was Tom Lyman. And number 20 and number 30, and it was Smith. Should be a first down. 23 seconds to go in the quarter. They indicate first and 10 for the Wildcats. And now Hilliard and Santos are in.
Now an official timeout. And what is the problem? They haven't moved the chains yet.
Well, it might give Homer Center one more play here. 23 now. The clock is not moving yet. Now it's indicated to start moving, and it does. Novak finally gets off the field. They have enough men on the field. And a mix-up, and Homer Center will get their first flag of the football game. They were just not organized there. And this will be the first walk-off illegal procedure against the Wildcats. And you hate to say one penalty can hurt you because we're almost at the end of 3 quarters, and when you've only committed one penalty or one infraction, but this makes it first and 15 at the 30, and that one did hurt.
Indeed.
Now the clock's starting to move. They may not get a playoff.
Now it's when you need to hurry and get that playoff. 10 seconds.
They're out. They should do it. Should do it around 2 or 3. Contract hurrying. He sees the clock in front of him. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. They get it off. Contract's back to pass. He's looking. Fires wobbly into quadruple coverage, and it did complete. Fortunately for Homer Center. Up there, he was Rayco to knock it away from everyone, and that's the end of the fourth and final quarter action right after this.
At Homer City Pharmacy, personalized friendly service is very important. They're not a large chain, but rather
14-0, as Ray mentioned. Quick pitch to Sayani over the right. Beats one cut. Makes the second. Did he fumble the football? Flag on the play. And I think Mike calls up the football. And the Blairsville Bobcats have it. Well,
See the flag.
that could be the nail in the coffin. And I bet the flag
Going to be holding.
will be holding, right. Well, that could be the nail in the coffin. As the sophomore made a couple of good cuts and had a gain of about 10 on the play, but he dropped the football. And the penalty will be declined. And Blairsville will take over at their own 24-yard line. 11:50 to go in this ball game. The Bobcats with a 14-0 lead. The Penguins trail New Jersey by a count of 3-2. We'll pick up that game in progress. And don't forget, coming up live on the post-game show, an interview with the Wildcat head coach, Rick Faust. First down and 10, Blairsville. They're led by their big quarterback, Paul Emanuel. 6'2", 220-pound senior. His twin brother, Pat's the snapper. Backs in the eye. Emanuel gives over the left side to Silko.
slot left is John Dunlap. Single setback, that's Silko. Now in motion, Kavanaugh. Left to right, the pitch is to the left side of Silko. Looking for him, 35-40, 45 near midfield, and run out of bounds on the far side over there by Ramsell. I'll tell you, I was watching the line play, and Blairsville just blocked down, and he tried that corner. There was nobody there. It'll be another Bobcat first down. They spotted it at the 48-yard line. And is it a first down? I believe so. Blairsville's really taking control of this football game, whereas in late in the third quarter, after making a couple of penalties, mistakes, and they got a ear beating from Coach App Detroit, they've turned it right around, haven't they, Martin? They sure have, Ray. Good observation. 10:08 to go in the ball game. Backs are in the eye. Silko and Adair in there now, I believe. He's the up back. And Emmanuel will pitch to Silko. It's a reverse to John Dunlap. And John will be tripped up right near the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard loss. Luke Novak in on the play for the Wildcat. It appeared that Dunlap would have running room, but Novak made the better play. Novak stayed home. He is the monster back. He always goes to the wide side of the field. That was their razzle-dazzle play, the one that maybe gets you a 50-yard run for a touchdown. But Novak had to play for no gain. Ball right in the center of the football field. Good crowd on hand here. Memorial Field in Homer City. All of the action coming to you on Stereo 1160. Split to the right. It's Ramasco in the slot. John Dunlap. Emmanuel going from the shotgun now. 2nd and 10. Snap is low, and he picks it up with his left hand. Fires downfield, and he has his man. And that is Joe Duffy for a Bobcat first down. And right there, Paul Emmanuel shows you something else. He didn't lose his composure. The snap from his twin brother was low. He left it on the ground, but picked it up with his left hand. Switched over to his right, of course, and still had the presence of mind to look downfield and find Duffy at the 42-yard line. It's another Bobcat first down. It was an outstanding combination after he scrambled, as you said, Mark. Ball at the 42, down to 9 minutes to go. Fourth quarter clock ticking. And it appears the Bobcats will go 5-1, and the Homer Center Wildcats will drop even at 3-3. Split to the right. Brian Ramasco, the fine senior, split end. In the slot, it's Kavanaugh. Single setback, that's Silko. To the left, it's John Dunlap, now in motion left to right. Emmanuel Borg signals and gives right up the gut to Silko, who stops right at the line of scrimmage. And on the tackle, Scott Galinsky. And Galinsky last week did an outstanding job for Homer Center. And tonight we haven't heard a lot from Scott. Mike Ramsell also in on the tackle. and that's where the Bobcats will take over. We'll pause for 30 seconds. The score, Blairsville 14, Homer Center nothing.
Stop, shop where you know someone's fighting the high cost of shopping.
Hey, Homer Center Wildcat football players, coaches, and fans. Mike's Blairsville Riverside is big on you. Like the Wildcats, Mike's Riverside strives for excellence. A winning combination, the Homer Center Wildcats and Mike's Blairsville Riverside. Good luck, Wildcats. Mike's Riverside is big on you.
Yes, the leader, we're big on you.
Mike's Riverside, downtown Blairsville.
Emmanuel back to pass as we come back, and he sacked a flag on the play, and he sacked at his own 47-yard line. He could lose about 10. There was Dave Spondike for the Homer Center Wildcats. Spondike, a junior, 6'2", 220, will check out the flag, probably holding on Blairsville. The Wildcats would, of course, decline. They spot the ball at the 43-yard line. The penalty will be declined. So the Bobcats with a 14-0 lead, maybe a bit of a surprise putting the ball up in the air. Well, I guess they feel they've just got it put away. They feel they have it put away, or they want to put it away. Well, I think they have it put away, but it is kind of surprising because you pick it up, go all the way, you're back in it. Second down at 23 at the Wildcat 43. High formation, tight set this time. Ramasco is split to the left. Ball to left hash, and the give is to John Dunlap, and he's back to about the 45-yard line. Ondo and Ramsell in on the stop. The third down at about 20. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line. Clock keeps ticking. 4:26. 14-0 Blairsville scoring on Emmanuel. 80-yard run in the second quarter. That was a big one. Then a 6-yard keeper in the third stanza. Julio Ferreira hitting 2 extra points. Homer Center back home next Friday night against Salzburg. To the right, it's Ramasco. Third down and 20. Passing situation. Let's see if the Bobcats put it up. Maybe a draw. No. Patterson rushing Emmanuel out of the pocket, and he will tackle Emmanuel. He does get around the left end down to about the 42-yard line, but Emmanuel showing great quickness. The Wildcats want a timeout, and they get it. With 3:51 to go in the ball game, Blairsville 14, Homer Center nothing. Back after the punter stands at his own 48-yard line. Deep for the Wildcats, Hilliard and Rico, they stand at their own 10. Snap is true. Kick is away. They kick it away from the Wildcats. No, Hilliard takes it on the run. The 20, 25, and he'll be hit and dropped on the play. Hilliard returned it, and Rico was signaling for a fair catch. And let's see what's going to happen here. Jim Lucas in on the tackle for the Blairsville Bobcats. I think there might be a flag against Homer Center. You can't signal for a fair catch and run it back, even if you're not the fair catchee. That's what Hilliard did. You called it right. The ball marked at about the 27-yard line, but I think they're going to back it up. They're discussing it now. Now they'll talk it over with not much of a discussion. The penalty should be against Homer Center unless they decide that it was not a fair catch. Well, while they sort it out, we'll pause for 30 seconds. 3:40 to go. Blairsville leads at 14-0.
For more than 100 years, R&P Coal Company has been a part of our community, providing jobs to over 3,600 area families. R&P's annual payroll exceeds $118 million. Employees of R&P produce 9 million tons of coal annually. R&P, using our area's resources to help keep our community strong. R&P Coal Company is proud to be a sponsor of the Homer Center Wildcats football games on Stereo 1160, and proud, too, to be a part of this community.
Well, they do back it up. It's first and 10 Wildcats at their own 14-yard line. Kochek drops back to pass, looks downfield, fires for Rico through his hands. First down yardage. Tipped, and just with tipped. They're congratulating the defender there who got in the way. Well, Jim Fox would have been that defender for the Blairsville Bobcats. I think Rick Dunlap was also over there. He just got a hand in a way. Heath Hilliard checks in, Rico out. Second down and 10. And the Wildcats will
maybe something to finish a project around the house. Well, now you can get the credit you need to get the job done with the Service Star credit card. Up to $1,000 worth of credit that doesn't load up your existing lines of credit. Plus, the Service Star card has no annual membership fees, and your card is accepted all across the country.
To the left, it's Hilliard. Backs are split. Kowchek drops back to pass, looks over the middle, and fires left instead to Smith. And Smith has a first down up near the 35-yard line.
What a nice pattern. He came out of the backfield and was wide open over on the left.
And Kowchek looked at one receiver. That was Hilliard breaking over the middle. Instead went to Smith. There was a nice play, as you mentioned, Ray. First down at the 34. Kowchek safe play, and this time they fired out of bounds. It was intended for Hilliard, I guess.
Well, you know, it was funny because Hilliard was on a fly pattern, but he threw it about like a stop-and-go pattern. He threw it about 10 yards down the field. I mean, Hilliard is still running, and the ball was already thrown into the bench. Stop the clock anyhow.
2:20 to go on the clock. And it would take a miracle for Homer Center.
Well, two miracles. They got to score twice.
Yeah, that's true. The offense, again, sputtering here, as they have for most of the season. Split to the left, it's Rako. Kowchek drops back to pass, fires downfield for Jerry. It'll be intercepted in and out of the hands, though, of Joe Duffy, who was on the coverage and in perfect position to make the interception at the 35-yard line, and he simply dropped it.
Well, that almost was the first miracle when it popped out of his hands. It was almost within Rako's grasp on a deflection. Flag down on that one. 2:15 to go, 14-0. Blairsville lead Homer Center. Indication is holding against Homer Center.
Don't forget, tomorrow, a busy day on the Amazing AM, beginning at 11 o'clock. I'll just be having my second cup of coffee, and Ray Goss will be joining David Goss at the annual IUP Homecoming Parade, and we will air that for the second consecutive year, beginning at 11.
Of course, you got to hustle over to United and get set up over there and interview Coach Frank Kravetsky, and then I'll join you as we go on the air there at 3 minutes after 1 as United hosts Purchase Line for the Lion Homecoming. United undefeated.
Will my executive producer be with me?
Yeah, maybe.
Kowchek drops back to pass, has Hilliard, he drops it at his 30-yard line, and right now probably concentration problem. The Wildcats know that they're going down to defeat, and Hilliard simply dropped it.
The reason he dropped it, Mark, he went on a hook pattern, and as the ball was in mid-flight, his foot slipped. And he lost concentration because he was moving, and he just lost the handle on it.
Third down, and from here to Blairsville to go for the Homer Center Wildcats, actually 25 yards.
More like from here to Marion Center. That's the wrong direction. They're going north here.
Yeah. That executive producer, Jason Goff, I'm speaking of course.
I think he has his papers to deliver.
Heck with that. Gotta make the big bucks right here. Split to the right, it's Rako, ball left hash. Kowchek drops back to pass, being pressured, fires to Sanders, who has it on the run, makes one cut, makes a second, and he is popped by Peterson. It'll go for a gain of about 7, up to about the 28-yard line. Also in on the tackle for the Blairsville Bobcats was Jim Lucas.
Ford, Route 119 South Homer City.
Twins to the left as we come back. Kowchek drops back, 4th and 18, throws a Hail Mary pass, and it's intercepted by Joe Duffy at midfield.
An official went down hard as he was spun around and clipped, actually, accidentally, of course. Great catch by Duffy, though, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
He and Hilliard were both there.
But it goes to the Bobcats. We're down to a minute 44 to go. Don't forget Penguin Hockey coming to you in progress. Immediately following our postgame show, we'll have a
sponsor while